Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Tech Medic. Thank you for joining me today. Today's video is going to be about 1.0 Palworld and what it takes to run your base when it comes to pals, their levels, your base needs, and everything else, just to make it a little bit clearer to you on what encompasses a good base. So let's go ahead and take a look. This is my base here. It's on the top of a mountain, and in case you're wondering why I'm up here, I like the view. And of course it has coal and iron. There's no oil patches up here, so if you're looking for an oil patch guide, that is for a different video. But for right now, we are stationed up here because this was my original base location back in 2024 when the game first came out. And yeah, I found this location, built up here, and expanded. But enough history about me. Let's go ahead and talk about one of the first things that we need to start organizing, and that is our Palbox. Inside your Palbox, anything that you capture will either land up in your party if you have free room, and or in your Palbox. You can determine if they are shiny by the little shiny icon above, or a regular variant. You can also tell a number of different things inside of the character's panel: the level, the name of the creature, what current tasks they are able to go ahead and do, starting with kindling, watering, planting, electrical, crafting, harvesting, wood chopping, mining, alchemical, freezing, hauling, and finally ranching. As you can see here, this specific character has the ability to harvest and the ability to ranch, meaning that if you place this chicken in a ranch, it'll give you an egg. If you let him run free outside of a ranch, he's just gonna go and help assist with harvesting. And any pal that you put up to a maximum of 15, or if you do the world slider for a maximum of 50, will allow you to go ahead and have your base be upgraded, and it will allow you to put up to that many. In my case, I have it up to 50. So what are we looking for? Well, we're definitely going to need somebody to keep the lights on. So this is what I have. I have a Sparkit with the Sirius trait. And as you notice, the traits that a pal could have could be either used for combat, mobility, and or base manufacturing. In this case, this pal is lucky by default, swift, so that he can run around back and forth. That means that he's able to go on his lunch break. Yes, pals get lunch breaks. They also sleep. They also get breaks in general to do recreation, like sitting in a hot tub and or taking a stroll around your base. So with those things in mind, his Sirius trait increases his work, so he's able to go ahead and generate that level 3 electrical, and or he can jump on crafting. Now you're probably wondering, okay, that's great. We've got pals in our Palbox, we've got pals in our base. How do we get more pals? Well, you can see here there's a pal base upgrade module. Once you satisfy these requirements, an ancient workbench in my case at level 30, then you will be rewarded with more pals and of course maximum number of bases allowed to build around the world. Bases are great because you could go ahead and fast travel with every pal box node that you set up. So as you can see here, there's natural fast travel points as well as other base travel points. Like over here, I have one that I was working on. Okay guys, so the next thing that you should be building is at level 7 inside of your technology tab. You are going to have access to the monitoring stand. The monitoring stand is useful because you can go ahead and set the work modes for all of your pals across the board. Remember, their sanity is in question, so the more that you overwork them, they're going to totally kunk out on you. They're going to require medicine and or special needs requirements in order to get them back to work. So that means that if you overwork your best pals that have the high stats, then you're going to run into an area where you're going to have to actually build a medical center, and that medical center will allow you to craft some of these things like high-grade medical supplies, which affect treating weakened and depressed. Yes, your pals can get depressed, and of course they can get ulcers and fractures, and of course sprains and overfull. Basically they'll eat themselves into a situation to where they will not be able to work as effectively, and of course you're going to need medicines to cure all that. So we have to delegate the work, and that'll be by setting a normal work mode, meaning that all these parameters, sanity depletion, hunger depletion, will be normal. If we start going into these, then we're going to start hurting our pals. They could potentially die as well, just so you're aware. So with that being said, we can also go ahead and fix assignments. So under this, there's going to be a number of different workstations that you have on your base perimeter, and of course all of our important pals will be delegated to their specific job. So that means power generation is going to be handled by our Sparkit, who is lucky, who is also serious, and has Swift, so that he can go ahead and run, eat real quick, run back to the battery and continuously charge it, as well as our other two pals here that are utilizing the cold affix and keeping our groceries and everything else refrigerated, as well as our medicines as well. And of course we have all of our humans, which are also delegated to the production line and weapons assembly line. You don't have to put humans on here, it's just because their job is specifically available. As you can see there, I could put them on a mining station, on an alchemy station, or wood chopping duties. If I left them off this list, like the majority of these planters, right, and or the majority of the ganglers, which are level 5 watering, those specific unassigned employees, right, they will go ahead and do whatever job is available corresponding to what their lineup of tasks is. So that means that if this Patalia does not have any planting to do, she'll craft, she will harvest, she will make potions, and she will haul items to where they are needed. So with that, you have all your permissions able to be delegated from the monitoring stand, and of course, depending on who you put on what stand, they will do that corresponding job. So let me go ahead and toss some food in here really quick. And of course, you will also have the ability to level these guys up so that your pals can actually do a lot more, and that'll be by way of condensing them. So the pal condenser will basically allow you to go ahead and select a bunch of these. You'll get pal essence to use corresponding to whatever pal that you're working on. It takes a lot of pals, but you can effectively max out their ability. As you can see here, we have some numbers there. The top is a heart for HP, the attack is 48, and the defense is 46. The better your pals are, we take out Silene over here, we can see that she has 55 health rating, 84 damage, and 94 defense. And of course, with that little light bulb, she found herself a job to go ahead and do. So she will go ahead and accomplish that task. But that's what the Pal Condenser is here for. You also have a couple of special items that drop in the world that you can also utilize to propel your specific pals. And these are in the form of different job books. So as you can see here, trading manual that grants a small amount of EXP when read by a pal. You can utilize these items for your pals so that you can level them up. You can also have a rare book written by the Secrets of Watering, allowing a pal to read it to permanently increase their watering affinity by 1. Basically what that will do is that will go ahead and take one of our ganglers, for instance, right? Up to level 10, this guy can increase his watering skill. So the more that you increase this skill, in the past it was max level 5, and the closer to 5 that you got, it was almost instantaneous. We're talking about cutting down your crafting time by almost 0. Like, it is so fast and it is highly incentivized. You could find a lot of these books and all these special items at the meteor and or the supply drops that will happen depending on what your server settings are. They will go ahead and drop within your world and you have to investigate them. You can also get them from bosses. As we saw down here, we have a point of interest. And let me get Celine over here so I can kind of give you the whole rundown. So There's one right there. You can find them from that. You can find them from alphas. You can find them all around the world. And of course, tower bosses and dungeons. There's a lot of those activities to do. But remember that you're also going to need plenty of bedding and plenty of recreation. You do not need to make a whole building for them. You just need to place them out. I really like this format because it allows them to come up here, sit in the hot tub for a little while, get some of their sanity back. And of course, at the end of every night, they will go ahead and sleep all through the night. So depending on how long that is on your world sliders, they will go ahead and sleep. Also keep in mind, there are some pals like Gangler, which will work all night. So those guys are really good to have. If you were to find a spark kit that will keep your battery going, that's really good too, because that means that your ability to keep everything chilled, and of course anyone that has the insomnia trait, that is a electric kindling planter, and what is it, the frost affinity, if you can find one of those, put them on the job because they will work 24 hours a day without complaints. It's just how the game works. And of course, you're probably wondering, how the heck did you get humans? Well, that is always a feature inside of the game since the early, January updates back in 2024, that you can catch humans. It's frowned upon, but you can definitely have them. So with that, guys, I hope that this video answered many of your questions on how to go ahead and delegate your pals, what the jobs mean, and of course, setting up everything with the monitoring stand. With that, guys, thank you very much. Check out my other basic guide for anything else that you have questions about. But for right now, enjoy yourselves. Welcome everyone that's new, and we will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.